My brothers and sisters in Christ, today we continue our reading from the book of the prophet Haggai. Yesterday we heard in his first oracle the calling out of the people of Judah that it was more than past time to turn their attention to the rebuilding of the temple. Now today his second oracle concerned a word of encouragement to the temple builders. At this time, they're realizing that this second temple is not going to be nearly as nice as the first. If we remember from the story of not just of Solomon, but of King David, before the end of his life, he laid up this vast amount of wealth and material for his son Solomon to build the temple. And Solomon in turn brought all these vast resources and the greatest builders, and it was this grand human project to build the temple, not just in terms of wood and stone, but of gold and silver. And now the second temple is being rebuilt, but the people of Judah are not nearly as affluent. They come back. They've been given the freedom and the command to rebuild, but they don't have the resources that the height of the glorious Davidic monarchy had. And so, in some ways, this brings them down. They're rebuilding the temple, but it seems like a pale comparison to the grandeur of old. And so Haggai gives them this oracle that points to a future in which God will bring the glory, even greater glory, back into his house. Now, this is something that has a New Testament bent to it. It's a foreshadowing, because the second temple will never compare to the first one. Even in the time of Jesus, the restoration, it's nice. There's a lot of ornamentation to it, but it's nothing like the original. And now, in today's gospel, we hear Jesus asking his disciples who people think that he is. And we get the confession of Jesus as the Christ. Now, Jesus, unbeknownst to them, is the fulfillment of this oracle, because Jesus brings the presence of God amongst his people. And yet this debasing, going from the first temple to the second temple to the person of Jesus, will only come to its fulfillment on Good Friday, when Jesus dies on the cross and the curtain of the temple is torn. And there on the battered, bloodied, and now dead body of Jesus on the cross, God reveals to his people, if you're looking for me, find me here. And so that marks the lowest of the points. But then, of course, in the resurrection, and pointing all the way to the end of time, now God floods his creation with glory in the resurrection of his Son, that God dwells amongst his people in a powerful, new, intimate way. We don't have to go to the temple to find God. God is nearer than we know ourselves. And so Haggai's prophecy, or his oracle, is one that starts with a downward note, but points to something truly glorious, something that to this present day perhaps we don't appreciate. Yes, we still have nice churches here, especially at the cathedral. We have a beautiful Co-Cathedral, well adorned. And yet the glory of God's presence among us is so much greater than anything made by human hands. Do we rejoice in that enough? May God bless you all.